out sad. He went out sad.
Faking that you can walk ahead of a wedding. In what world do you think, I'm going to just rise up to the occasion?
I always keep saying if they would have just had that one night in Paris, I think they could have went their separate ways. You know what I'm like? I think
he would have turned her out.
Get upset with me about is how much I love Vanessa and Joey together. People are yelling at me in all caps on Facebook in the comments of posts
Hey y'all, welcome back to Loving Them Gates, a Beyond the Gates weekly podcast where Brian H. Butters and Queen PR dissects the latest episodes of the new hit show Beyond the Gates. We'll break down all the plot twists, character arcs, and iconic moments with our unique perspectives and a whole lot of love.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Loving Them Gates. I'm Queen PR.
And Brian H. Waters right here with you.
Yes. So first of all, I want to welcome all our gatekeepers back to our Beyond the Gates pod. We really have been overwhelmed with the viewership for some of our latest episodes and deep dives, including our weekly recap. And that is why we are here today. So thank you for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button. I do want to just have a moment of silence real quick for one of the worst gamblers I've ever seen, but also a respected cardiologist, a respected member of the Fairmont Crest community, and that is Doug McBride. He went out sad. We seen when we saw the preview the week before, I think everyone kind of knew, Vanessa getting a phone call from Jacob from the police station. Shit wasn't good. So we all kind of knew that maybe it was the end for Doug. We also talked a lot about what his downfall was. Check out that deep dive. But what was your, were you shocked when Vanessa got that phone call?
Wasn't really shocked. Disappointed though. Disappointed that your guy, Joey Armstrong, was stooped so low. All because he wanted Vanessa. And my thought was, so, what are you, King David? You want to kill the wife so you can, kill the husband so you can have the wife? Get out of here, bruh. And I felt so bad because I just saw what Doug said. That's my money. And it was like he finally won. He might have won before, but I feel like this is the first time Doug won big.
But they might have rigged it so that he could keep.
Of course. It was so sad. But I did have one question. Who did the body?
Who clipped them?
No, babe. Who did the body? What funeral home he gonna be at?
Oh.
They said that's the first thing black people want to know before they go to a funeral. Who did the body?
Yep. And it's no. But you know what was interesting about Friday's episode particularly, and that could be a good place to kind of kick it off. Or maybe it was Thursday, but it was the ring episode where, Vanessa and Joey are in Puerto Rico on vacation. She decides to go away with him. And that's when Joey is really leaning in on making her take off her wedding ring. And this is very interesting because it is a visible signifier, this woman is married, she's not yours. And also for you, it's a symbol for Vanessa, okay, how do you feel about me? And I think Vanessa was kind of okay, I thought this was more casual. And also we've had this conversation. I've told you what my marriage with Doug is. I love him. It might not be, peaches and cream and what people might think, but I love this man. But Joey needed to know that Vanessa was willing to kind of put Doug in her rearview mirror while they were on that trip. And I think the timing of that is going to be really sus.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm waiting for her to get past this grievance stage because I really want to see her check his ass. I kept saying that Joey Armstrong, he is a son bitch. And he kept pissing me off. And then, I can go with you to talk to the kids. Like, what kind of cold-blooded person? And then, think about, damn, even Bill Hamilton couldn't save Doug. Man, we did our Doug episode, and when we was doing that episode, we laugh and we talk about where he's gone wrong. But the reality is Doug ain't coming back.
He's not. And I'm really going to miss yelling at him through the screen and hoping, there's always that little bit of hope that you have that he'll get his shit together, because I really wanted a clear path for Vanessa and Joey to be a couple. And I knew for Vanessa that she needed Doug to be okay in order for her to live her best life with Joey. So that's kind of where I was with that.
I got to ask you percentages. Now, we know in television, when you don't see the body, ask who did the body, but we haven't seen the body yet, right? We don't see a body. Now, they've been doing all this behind the scenes, Cass, he's been doing the cry.
That's what, the goodbye and everything.
We live in a world where kayfabe is a thing. How upset will you be if you see Doug McBride make a comeback? Because let's not forget, we talk about Vernon's contacts. Joey's people don't get shit done.
Right.
Right.
So this could have been another botched job.
Yeah.
I agree. And I was thinking that too. And I'm like, what if, Doug tries to start a new life, or he knows that he has to stay away for a while and then he comes back. I have hope that he's still alive. Because I enjoyed watching that storyline, play out. So, rest in peace, Doug. I do feel terrible for Vanessa, because like we said, this is definitely not how, ideally you would want this to, end for your husband and the father of your kids. But I did appreciate how this kind of opens up Vanessa and Doug's world a bit, because now we get to finally meet the twins that we hear so much about, which people on our Facebook page are always at, where are these twins? Are we ever going to meet these twins? Unfortunately, now we are going to meet them. And learning that Ashley, and I apologize if this was a known fact before, but it was brought back to the surface that Ashley's mom worked for Vanessa's family. So I just love the world building and the connections and all of that. But do you see Vanessa and Joey, do you see them continuing their entanglement? Do you think she's ever going to kind of come to her senses and be like, wait, you had something to do with it? Or do you think she's kind of gonna be in Delulu land and the kids are gonna be like, Ma, you're not thinking clearly?
Oh, that's a great question. I think for a while, I think she's going to take a pause on her rendezvous. I think she's going to stop signing up for the escort services for a little bit.
I mean Joey, her entanglement with Joey.
Oh, I was going there. Sorry. Yeah, it's the same with him, because I think with Joey, it's deeper than her just 1-800, I need a man. So I think that she'll stop that, but then she's going to take a break from Joey, period. And I believe, because we did see in the preview that the son is coming at Joey. And sometimes a mother, even if they try to calm the child down, a lot of times they still have in consideration, wait a minute, is he on to something? And I think that's what's going to happen. And again, they botch jobs. So
yes, they do.
This could be the thing that finally gets homeboy thrown in jail. Jacob's father. Marcel.
Oh, Jacob's father or the dirty cop? The dirty cop is Marcel.
Yeah, Marcel, you're right.
Yeah. So I think, I hope so too. Because also the timeline of things, it just seems like they're very amateurish. right? You take her on vacation. Joey takes her on vacation, and then you know make all of these like I want you to be just mine, and then he pops up dead. It's already been kind of a lingering threat that like Doug might lose his life over all of this. Then the next day that same cop that discovered the body, the last one to see Doug alive, puts in his retirement papers, like, and even Joey was like, don't you think that looks a little sus? And I was just like, all of this shit look fucking sus. Joey was taking phone calls with the plug in the hotel, like, you know, it just seems like, all right, this wasn't, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Doug, you know, pops up somewhere. Yeah, all of it just it didn't seem like it flowed the right way, like for like this like such a big like crime. You know?
Exactly.
So we gonna see Doug.
The death that rocked Fairmont Crest.
Yes, the first character death of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the Ring episode, we have Vanessa, you know, that I cannot wait to see more of what happens with that, meeting more of her family. But then we also have Ashley putting her ring on because Derek planned and proposed to Ashley with the ring that she originally declined. So we see this past week Derek move into Ashley's studio. We see him becoming overwhelmed with the I guess the way that Ashley is preparing her home for him. And I think too, coming home and this being your life is completely changed. It is overwhelming. So I can understand Derek feeling like that, you know, initially, but I do also like that they have friends in Jacob and Naomi that can come by and really be like a support to them.
Yeah. You know, and we saw that friendship established earlier. We talked about that on our Ashley and Derek deep dive. That it's very interesting because on one end they seem like the perfect couple, right? But I do like that because they are able to give Derek and Ashley sound advice. Ashley, Naomi's reminding Ashley, you did not want to marry him.
Yes.
Now all of a sudden he's like, you really feel guilty. That's the reason why you want to marry.
Right.
And Derek, I mean, does he just get stupid about a minute? I know that he's taking this medicine and everything, but like, in what world do you think faking that you can walk ahead of a wedding, in what world do you think, yeah, I'm going to just rise up to the occasion? And when I rise up to the occasion, she's going to be so happy. No, she's not. She's going to be like...
yeah, and it sounds good in theory.
Mm-hmm.
But no.
she gonna be like, so how long you been walking?
Because you got to think, she's also, unfortunately, your caretaker. So just imagine the nights, you know, and I'm sure there are, you know, listeners that can relate to being, you know, a family member's caretaker. Like, it's exhausting on top of like your everyday life. And, you know, there are days where you're just like, just drained of everything, depleted of everything. So imagine there's days and nights that, you know, Ashley goes through that while she's living with him. Or just and then knowing like, okay, so like all this time, like you kind of just been lying and like faking and putting on a show, basically. I don't think that's the right way to. It's kind of like the equivalent of like when people think, you know, for their funeral, like, oh, throw a party, like that sounds good in theory. But the reality of that experience is not the case whatsoever. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's the same thing where you think she's just going to be like, oh my God, she's going to do that. And then the reality is going to hit and she's going to be like, so you've been fucking lying this whole time.
Right.
You know? So, I mean, at least that's how I think it would go. And Jacob's face when Derek told him, he was like, that sound crazy. Like, you sound crazy.
Like Jacob and Naomi, they meddled around with June too long. But again, this is their friend and the equal level, equal playing field. And I think they're doing the right thing. I got to give them their props on this.
I do too.
Both of their friends are being idiots.
You see, Naomi had to check her.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so wait, how did we get here? Because you was just telling me, not too long ago that you wanted this other like, what's
You
happening
wanted to see
here?
what's up with Andre.
Right, exactly. So we also see the aftermath of the Dani and Andre wedding, and Ashley finds out, overhearing her mom gossiping with Mona.
Yep.
And I was like, oh my God, like, oh shit, like, what a way to find out.
Yo, when she walked in that room, I was done. I was like, oh my goodness. Okay, Ashley, you're up. What you gonna say? You
Right.
know?
And I just can't believe that they thought that they were going to be able to keep that under wraps.
They forgot who the fuck they was. We always say Dani got to remind who she was, and when she was, it's always a bunch of impersonators.
Yes, and if you don't,
as I say, especially since this, the concert, all of a sudden there's this renewed interest in Anita Williams.
And Dani Dupree also has some notoriety because she's a Dupree and she's a former model. So, and the impersonator, she was gonna post this. So I'm not surprised that it got out. So Ashley finds out, and Andre thinks that he's telling her, but she already knows. But it's like you said, like, Ashley, what you gonna say? Mm-hmm. Like, you already, like, you kind of made your decision. Like, you're literally engaged. He notices the ring on her finger, and he's like, it is what it is. I do think there's always going to be that little bit of, like, what could have been, like the one that got away, especially because they never took each other down. So if they would have just had, like, I always keep saying, if they would have just had that one night in Paris, I think they could have, like, went their separate ways. And I'm like, I think it would have been easier maybe, because it would have been like, okay, even if they do feel like Derek is her person, and I don't know if Andre's person is Dani, but like maybe Ashley's not the one, at least like you could kind of close that chapter, in my opinion. That's just what I think.
Bottom line, I think Andre would have turned Ashley out and she wouldn't know what to do. And Derek, you think he was pitiful then? Man.
But then hopefully he would have smashed Shanice, and maybe we wouldn't even be here right now.
Nah, because Shanice only was going to let him go but so far. I seen that look in her eyes. She was like, I ain't going to toy with this white boy. Derek might have said the N-word. That's how mad he would have been at Andre.
No. Derek, oh gosh. I just feel like he's just he's just a Lulu. Like, he just is, he's like a what's that dog, like a golden retriever, like just so like clueless but loyal and like like lovable. I don't, not clueless, but just like whatever you say kind of vibe. I don't know.
We watched the Family That Prays?
Yes.
And you remember when Homeboy was like, where'd you get that money?
Yes. Yes, like, hello, have you not been paying attention? Like, hello. Yes, that's exactly who he reminds me of. But yeah, so she was, I mean, I guess Ashley reacted to the marriage news as much as she can, but Dani and Andre, they get back. They're hungover as fuck, of course. Mm-hmm. They call their lawyer. They're like, let's get this annulled. And I think we had a conversation where we think that would be the case. Like, they're probably just going to be like, we all love with each other, but we know this ain't it. Like, let's get this annulled, blah, 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 blah. They're going to do it as soon as possible. But then Andre is summoned to the Dupree household because Nicole, of course, saw the photo somehow, and she tells their parents, and they summon him over here, and then he's, he admits things went too far. We're going to get it annulled and stuff like that. How do you feel about them summoning him like that and feeling like they had to like press him? Like, do you think that was like right of them, or? Honestly, because also, ain't Dani your daughter? Like, why you got me here?
The parents shouldn't have, but I could see Nicole doing it. And I think that should have been in her place. Because they, that's auntie and nephew. But you know how it is with aunts and uncles when they've been married for so long. It's almost like equal footing. It's like that bloodline might not run through your vein, but it sort of does. And we also, we talked about that age difference. So for the sake of this conversation, let's say Andre wasn't born when Ted and Nicole got married. You know what I mean? So it makes sense for her to like, hey, get over here, boy. Let's talk. You know what I mean? But the parents, this was like, y'all stay out of it. I get that y'all are parents, their parents and stuff, but that's where those times I feel like they don't let Dani grow up.
Right. And we all know like she is moving impulsively, but Dani does have a huge amount of self-awareness as well. Like she knows when she's wilding. Like she knows when she's like, okay, yeah, we took this too far, but she enjoys it, you know? She loves being Dani Dupree. When I was doing research on her, like she's characterized as the wild card of the family, especially next to Nicole, who's, you know, more straight laced. And I could see them being disappointed in Dani just because it's just like, come on, like this is the last thing like that you need to do. I do feel like, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm just different. Like, don't be pressing me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't summon me to your house to like, especially when I also would just be like, damn, like I thought I was low at this and y'all clocking me right now. So I definitely, I'll be respectful, but also I'll be like, yo, what's going on? And also we haven't seen how her parents are going to react, like what they're going to say to Dani. Like we still haven't seen that interaction yet, you know? So right. I am very, very curious, but I do want to mention that the ring episode, you do have Dani and Andre cigar paper rings, which is symbolic for their like messy ass marriage. So not only do the Duprees find out, Ashley finds out, but also Bill Hamilton. And his reaction was exactly like, if I was Dani, that's exactly how I want him to react, because I just know, like, you want to make it about the kids so bad, but I know this shit is eating you alive.
Yep. I thought that was great. I was all for it. I loved every bit of it. Because Bill, the bottom line is, you never got over Dani.
Yep.
And I think he made a jump way too fast marrying Haley.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because he was thinking of, I could save this little girl that used to always save, you know, and she probably rocked his world a couple times in different ways.
She's bad. I'll give you that. She is bad.
That too. So, and Haley's upset that he had that reaction. He can't hide his feelings.
Right.
And then he's so upset, he left the briefcase, so he had to go back home. Like, yeah, you lost this one, bro.
And you went straight to, she thinking you went to work. Your ass went straight to Dani's house to confront her about it. And Dani being Dani, she was like, you know what? Let's stay married a little longer, because this is actually hitting the nerve that I was hoping, you know, like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna ride this out and see where Bill's head and heart is. And we see from the preview that they end up kissing. We don't know the circumstances yet, but I do think this is gonna, you know, go towards my personal goals of Dani and Bill getting back together.
No, it's definitely looking like it.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't think the girls are going to be too happy, because they're going to remember the hurt that their mother had, especially Naomi. You know what I mean? So I don't think they're going to be too happy, but at the same time, like, you know, love wins.
Grown folks, yeah. And it's like, y'all grown. So it's like, well, you know, y'all, we're gonna cope somehow. But I do love seeing Bill's reaction to it. And also last week we see him spending more time with Chelsea and Naomi, which is nice. And he wants to start, you know, having dinner with their partners and spouses and stuff. I was like, okay, look at you, Bill. That's cute. So I want to now talk about June. Because we see June is confronted by Smitty. We see she meets Nicole for the first time. Who, like, it's Ted. Like, and Ted, I was gonna say, wait, Ted too. A very interesting encounter. Ted not knowing who she is, and it's just like, Ted, you are just a fucking buffoon at this point. Like, I just feel like what a dummy. Like, I don't know. Sorry.
Why was he supposed to know who she was, though?
I know, but it makes him just look even more just like, you just clueless.
You're still mad at him, and it's fine.
I'm mad at him for sleeping with Leslie. I had forgiven
Right.
him for even all of that way before I understood why he thought he had to hide it. And you should use a family fixer if you can. But sleeping with Leslie, I don't think I will ever forgive the new Ted for that, because I think the old Ted would not have been that stone.
There you go, making the fans upset again.
Yo, they're gonna come for me. Oh my god! You know what else the other gatekeepers get upset with me about is like how much I love Vanessa and Joey together. Like, people are like yelling at me in all caps on Facebook in the comments of like posts like, I'm just like, oh my god, okay. You know, I get it, but that's also like what makes this fun.
Yep.
But I do like the change in June's character. I like that her, you know, she's now in touch with her sister again, and she has the job. She's connecting with Samantha. Like, I think this is a really good look. But people were really mad at Smitty. Like, they're like, okay, it's time for you to like get a grip.
He made the heel turn of the week, dare say, because I remember you could feel the tension from the audience, like, while we're watching this, and we were looking at the Facebook groups, and but also just watching it, how it popped off on screen. I'm like, whoa, brother,
right?
You got
like,
some nerve,
real
like,
strong.
Yeah, like, let's act like you. Oh, because you're such the perfect journalist and the perfect investigative reporter and the perfect
perfect dad. I was gonna say,
it's like he made it seem like. I was just getting uncomfortable, like the way he was going at her, and also the way he was, going at Martin about the whole situation.
In this situation, like,
because also this is honestly one of those things. It's like, bro, you don't understand, and you ain't black, And I'm not saying like white people don't have those same issues in their community, but you can't relate. Like, and we may think Martin can't relate because, he had, the perfect parents, but they're still like the Duprees. We don't know where it started as far as Martin being in that community. So Martin could have went to, a super urban school before, So I love that he gave her grace because, she listened. He knew that, Samantha knew Martin would listen. Like, look, y'all don't have lady parts. Y'all don't have lady hormones. I need to talk to somebody, but I also need to talk to somebody whose bloodline runs through my veins.
Right. And also someone that I can connect with, like on a deeper level. Like, I love my aunt, I love all of that, but like you said, I need that blood connection. And the thing with Smitty, real quick, with June is this is the best case scenario for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, their mom was, did whatever she did, but she is now clean. She has a job. She met up with Samantha in a public place. Samantha told a parent. Like, so it was really the best case, what I'm saying? Like, and it wasn't like they were talking about something crazy. Like, they were talking about something that's like, wow, like, I'm really actually proud of Samantha, knowing like, oh, okay, like, things are getting too far, in this way at my age. I need to talk to an adult about this. Like, if you really think about it, Smitty, like, it really is a testament to like how you raised your daughter and how this could be like so much worse. Like, it's like, I need you to like get a grip, loosen up a little bit. And, if Martin can make time to connect with Eva, let's say, then you can kind of loosen up when it comes to like this whole June situation and finally forgiving Martin. Right. I don't even remember why he's even mad at Martin to begin with, because so much has happened since then. I'm like, bro, move on.
All because he didn't tell him that he killed somebody. Like, bro, there's a traumatic experience, but you didn't tell me.
That ain't something you telling everybody.
I'm your husband and you didn't tell me. Like, okay, he didn't tell you. Be mad for a couple days.
Right.
Eat some cranberry, drink some cranberry juice, eat some cereal, get over it.
Right. Exactly. And a lot of people were mad at Smitty this week. But also a lot of gatekeepers were upset with Nicole as well, because they just feel like if she would have forgiven Ted already, then maybe they wouldn't be in this situation. Because Nicole finally tells her parents about Ted and Leslie. Like, and I could not wait to see their fucking reaction. Because Anita was like, okay, like all of us, like, really, bro? Like, come on. There's nothing better things that you could have been doing. Were you surprised at their reaction?
Yeah, but I'm so sick of them because they act like this shit don't stink. And especially, I don't trust Vernon Dupree. I think I can't wait, honestly. I can't wait for some dirt to come back on him. Because I'm like, he been very hard on Bill and Ted. I get it. That's your daughters. You're supposed to be. But it's something about him, because the way they was towards Bill makes sense, right? Ted,
right.
That don't, in all honesty, that don't come before y'all. It's not like it was an active situation. Mm-hmm. It was the past that came back and bit him in the ass. Right. Y'all can, you know what? You made a mistake. You should have said something. Let it go. They don't have to keep pouring it on and on and on.
Right. Especially after forgiving Bill.
Right. Bill, there's no way in the world, when we first started watching the show, we would have seen Bill on the good side and then Ted on the outside.
Right.
No way we would have thought that.
No, same. We also see the complete destruction of Kat and Tomas's relationship. I think it might be a wrap for that. But Leslie told Eva, like, don't stop trying. Like, get your man, girl. Now, while you're taking sound advice from Leslie, mother or not is a choice that Eva seems to be making. So if that is, like, I don't know, take that advice with a grain of salt. But that is going to cause some friction between Eva and Kat. And then also Leslie, just constantly creating friction, buys her condo, gives it to Eva because she's waiting to move into her mansion that's across the street from the Duprees, but then also gives Peaches, another member of her family, essentially, also tells her, like, oh, you're getting older, here's a piece of the inheritance, your family, I'm gonna take care of you as you get older, go live in this apartment with Eva, she'll look after you. I'm sorry. So it's like, when I see Leslie give the apartment to Eva, I'm like, okay, so there is some kind of like decency and sanity with this woman. And then she goes and does that. I'm like, oh my God. Like, this is not going to be good. Like, Eva, you got to leave Mama alone. Alone. Like, somebody posted on Facebook the other day, if I hear Eva say Mama one more time, I swear I'm about to crash out.
Wow, that's her signature line.
It really is. But girl,
she gonna be walking around. Amber she's gonna be walking around. And it's like, can you say it? Can you say it? Mama.
I know, right? That actually is hilarious, and that's definitely like her tagline at this point.
But yeah, I just couldn't. Leslie just. Every time you turn around, she's doing something crazy. It's just who she is. Yeah. She can't help herself. And then
she really cannot.
Like, and people was upset about the money. Because they're like, wait, she just got $1 million. How's she going to buy a house and buy an apartment complex? And I'm like, did they not listen when they said this will continue to grow?
Yeah, especially because of the recent exposure that the articulates have gotten since the comeback concert. So you got to think about that. Then you got to think about, and didn't one of the writers or the creator, right?
Yeah.
Didn't he tweet something like, explain like this, it's not, she didn't inherit chump change. Like, this is, a good amount of money over all of these years. And remember, Anita's intent was to take care of Barbara's family, like her lineage. So that's not going to be a couple $10,000, $100,000. Like, that's going to be royalties, all of that for music and all of this stuff. Because I think of the articulates like the Supremes, or like Destiny's Child, you know. So just think about like how much that catalog and all of that stuff is kind of worth, and Leslie getting a piece of that and more to carry on. Like, you know, that's not going to be chump change.
No, not at all. So yeah, you know, get a grip, people. Get a grip.
Yeah, get a grip. And also, it's a soap opera, and I know, like, I joke about like how Andre holds a camera, or how like Bill's lawyer phone calls sound fake, but I mean, it's all like, it's a fucking soap opera, y'all. Like, it ain't, you know, it ain't that deep. You know, you don't need to yell at me in capital letters like on Facebook. But what you should do though is like our Facebook page, Loving Them Gates, and interact with us. And we're in like 1 million Facebook groups as well. So if you are listening to this and discovered our show in a Facebook group, like, hit the comments on the YouTube video, because we definitely want to expand our gatekeeper community, which I think will be fun, because I want to start doing like spaces and live streams with gatekeepers. But that only, you know, comes to fruition if like we connect with more fans, which is what we love to do, and we will continue to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is a very fun week. The coming attractions really are like, wow. Like, we're gonna meet Vanessa's son, who's gonna confront Joey.
I'm scared for him.
I am scared for
like
him.
I don't think he's gonna do anything, because he loves Vanessa. You know, he hasn't admitted it yet. He loves Vanessa, so I don't think he's gonna do anything. But
no,
still,
I don't think so. And also, like, you got to see that coming. You know what I mean? It's like Vince with like Brett after the screw job. Like, I know you coming for me at some point. I'm just gonna take whatever you got and then just hope y'all are grieving. So I'm gonna give y'all some space to figure it out. We see Dani and Bill kissing.
Yeah, man.
Which I'm very excited about. And then we also see Naomi saying that she might be pregnant.
Yeah.
I'm very intrigued. They need a project. Yeah, have a baby. Give all of that.
Add to the house. That's their project.
Yo, I hope that baby get a nursery. Because, I haven't seen any of their house. So hopefully a baby equals house for them. Yeah, so I'm very next week is gonna be fun. This past week was such good storytelling. Lauren Bigoli, I'm so sorry for mispronouncing it, but her acting, she really brought it. A lot of people were praising her on social media as well. Like, this was like her week. She really shined, like all in all. And we're gonna miss Doug. We're gonna miss Doug. This is a new era for Beyond the Gates, and I'm all the way here for it.
Shout out to the homie Doug. He ain't mean nobody no harm. He just wanted to make some money.
Yeah, have a little thrill, have a little fun. Yeah, he'll be back.
I think so.
Doug will be back. And we will be back with more Beyond the Gates content. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, support Six Heart Media Productions, hit the bell for notifications, and leave a comment and like. And we will see you next week.